Welcome back.
So left break is going to punch at CNC.
Huge mistake.
Not a lot of choices he has, because punching you sometimes works. Judas gets his free defenses, and he's seen how wiggly Judas is. But he takes a swing. This is his regular punch, so you can just do a regular reflex if you need. Judas pumping that way up here. And you get your counterattack. And your shields, again, just impermeable. So as you do your counterattack, you take a swipe back at left break. Well, looks like I'm going to have to retire from the program. It's been a great time, everyone, and I'm glad we all learned a little something about the different opinions available out there in the marketplace of ideas. And before he can finish his sentence, this fire builds up in the seams of his suit as CNC are pressing him against the back wall. You can hear the outside wall crunching and cracking under the weight. And then left break explodes, as so many do in this place when it's time for him to go. When he detonates, the two of you are subjected to a zap explosion. This is a reflex defense to avoid, and you can slippery out of this, of course.
Oh, yeah.
You slippery free. Judas lessens that.
Do I keep my die?
Yeah. That's right. It's a gamble for you, isn't it? So what's that for Judas? It's just... Yeah, his shield finally goes down with the armor as well. And now he's just got the health left there. Left break is gone, and Carson can hear the feedback loop that was continuing between both left break and right break suddenly go silent. And right break is now without whatever was keeping him in check during this scene. On right break...
Oh no, he's flashing red and he's moving faster.
He looked like he was out of energy before, but he suddenly gets this incredible surge of vitality coming back his way. And he also has more actions than he had. He was moving slowly before. He starts moving with a kind of blinding speed, and starts off by using his bullet points on Gawain, actually.
It's like when Jon Stewart went off the air and Bill O'Reilly all of a sudden came back on TV.
For the gone downhill. They're jinxed, thankfully. So this is the first bullet coming your way, Gawain. It's wits defense, so you get a bonus die against it.
Oh goody.
And you get another bonus die because of acceleration. So I don't think that's going to hit. No. And his second attack has to be on you. So you can defend that the same way, or you can take 10. Okay. Alright, you keep the defenses going. He has to change his bullet points to Judas, who gets free defenses. These are wits, but they're a gun. This is +1. Lower rolls. Just 1 off his health. Right break uses his global warming again, but instead of just targeting a single area by heating it up, it's the entire studio that suddenly warms up. And now everyone within a medium range is subjected to this. This is a fitness defense, if you want to make it.
Is he trying to turn my mech into a Salvador Dali painting? If it's just 6, I'm actually going to take it this time.
Yeah. to accidentally close my chat window. Where did it go?
I don't know, but you can just go to window and then chat.
I did. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's behaving strangely. Damn it. I'm confused by the way they want Windows to work here. There we go. That took some effort. Alright, and he had one more action, and that action is going to be more bullet points at CNC this time. Just wants to fire a lot of guns. That's a wits defense if you want to make it CNC.
No.
And then one more. Now I'm out of turns, which makes it Judas. Judas.
All right, time to fire at will. Gawain.
All right.
You get one
There's only
attack.
one person to fire on.
Okay, it uses a bit of a defense. Its defense does seem to be better. It like moves very rapidly. Only gets hit a little bit by that attack.
All right, I will follow up with my own shot. That's plus, so that's 27.
27. But he wants to be in your space, so he's gonna let that hit and get yoinked here.
All right, and Gaspard.
He doesn't want that to hit, so he avoids it actually completely.
All right, and now finally on my mark with CNC. This is an actual action.
Ho
CNC gets an action. Judas has been carefully, calculatedly saving his dice.
Let's go for a stab.
Now I have a question for you.
Oh.
Knowing that you only had one die left, you could have piggybacked rather any one of those attacks
Oh, yeah.
by spending your last die. Will you have wanted to have done that?
Right. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And then
That's
I get a bonus D12.
And you get a
And
bonus
then I get another attack.
again. Well, you get a second bonus die because you also hit 0 scene dice when you activated it.
Uh-huh.
So that's 28 for your first attack. He has to try to avoid that and takes a big hit anyhow. Oh my god.
There's all those numbers that we were missing earlier.
And then you use the attack Judas directed you to put in. He has to use a fourth die. And he doesn't roll high enough. Because at this moment, when he decides to get yanked in for a hopeful future attack, he instead decided to get yanked in so that he could explode on behalf of the producers, of Daybreak himself, and of the viewing audience. It's been real, bringing you the truth that this galaxy didn't want you to see, but it's time for me to sign out once and for all. And he detonates. Just
Right, time to see if I get a wound.
You might.
This is a rad explosion then?
This is a rad explosion.
Right.
Actually, if you make any defense at all, Judas, I think you will not get a wound.
What is rad? What does it do?
Health, double against health.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
It burns the flesh, or else it gets the hose again.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Carson and Castro plan on riding the explosive wave of this rad explosion into the anchor's chair, where they will immediately face the camera and start debating the issues of the day with
I thought you were going to take their skateboard as you were doing that.
Carson taking a conservative perspective and Castro being a lefty.
Yeah, well, Castro is a salvager as well, so direct experience with the workers. You guys have survived the encounter. Looking around as you slide into the chair, as you wind up in front of the microphone, you realize that these cameras that were positioned around the room have been rolling. And that seems kind of odd to you. Everybody make a science probe as well.
Eh. My
Does that work?
character's on 24/7.
Curiosity or not, Judas?
Yeah, I guess I might as well.
You could roll 6 or higher and get something on top. So, the only thing that is worth mentioning here is that CNC see all the cameras running, and it doesn't make a lot of sense because you were told that there were comm jammers through this area that would prevent any kind of communications traffic from reaching the surface.
Can I try and analyze that?
I'm kind of wondering if, while it's blocking it there, is there some way that it's going through the
Analyze
skip?
this.
You could look around, maybe make a wits probe to see if there's something connected, or a science repair if you think that's better.
I walk in circles.
Oh my.
Wow, science rolls are not good today.
No.
I'm wits probing. Screw this. Okay.
Interestingly, well, you guys are usually the sciencey people. He doesn't use science to figure out what's going on. Looks at the ground and sees these cords and cables knotted together, leading toward these taped down big fat stacks of wires that go up into the ceiling and probably somewhere else. These wires allow for some kind of communication to leave this area without being jammed by communications jammers. Jammers stop radio waves and microwaves and basically any EM waves from escaping, but wouldn't have any effect on just a regular old phone jack or cable that leads physically to another place. In the wake of that fight, do your stuff to get your shields and health back if you want those things back.
Is somebody Dr. Pocketing?
Yep. So should be able to max out everything. Let me know how many glams people need to max out their stashes.
Just 4 more.
How many does Gawain need?
3.
Oh, Gaspard will need several? 5, I guess? 6, actually, so he can reload once for free. Okay.
I like to imagine you just bring it. You're doing that thing with the coin sorter, just like throwing him out like at a distance to everyone.
He goes to the desk here at the anchor chair and just starts dealing out glams like they're cards.
Kind of like the thought of it, of having like a Pez dispenser head on it.
But it's a Judas head, yeah.
Gaspard just opens his mouth to receive the glams. As
Well, now we know how he powers the shields.
he just starts
has
faintly
pink
glowing.
glams.
Yeah. All right. I shouldn't have done that on Gaspard. Well, no, I know what he was at. Would you guys like to wait for the end of the scene to get your scene dice back, or start investigating the skip link first?
If we can investigate without activating, it might be good to investigate first.
Okay.
I think we can take that chance.
You guys head down the hallway into the darkness there. There's a lot of power sustaining the main studio area. And looking over the board here rather quickly, CNC, you can see how to switch the power away from the studio and into this area. Would you like to reroute the power here?
This is before we wait for our scene dice to return. I think we should wait.
Okay. You guys wait till the next scene?
That's what I propose.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Just to be careful, you wait till you get your breath back. Take stock of the surroundings in this area. Wires and cables lead everywhere. There's this arc of monitors, a lot of different display screens. They're all off. There's a bunch of chairs and things positioned around here, and they're all sized up to fit the giant robots that were Daybreak sized that you saw populating this area. Seeing Daybreak on the news, he always looked like he had the frame of just a regular guy, maybe 2 meters tall at most. Seeing the robots like up close is unusual because they are big, and they're just like the shape of people, and they're not like colossal. They're just slightly bigger in a way that's a little unsettling. And I mention it because you can see 10 of these empty chassis for Daybreak bots here that are powered down.
We thought that in the broadcast they were gesticulating with number 2 pencils, but they were actually number 4 pencils.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, now that you have taken a breather, would you like to reroute the power here?
Yep.
Okay. You do. Power comes on in this area. The skip link lights up with purple, like a purple circle of lights on a 3-meter diameter platform, enough for all of you to stand on it. Not enough for Gawain to make the trip.
It's okay, I'm out of the mech currently because it was a scene. Yeah.
Make a science repair check, if you would, CNC. Oof. Can't really wrap your head too much around this device you're looking at. Does anybody else have a science repair or probe could work here?
I have none of those right now.
Okay.
I'm just going to probe again. Is this a science probe, though?
Yeah.
I'll try.
That's
No.
the wrong
Wait.
die.
That's because the wrong die. Hang on. It's still the same roll.
Alright, we'll get your scene die back. Look over this
Funny.
device. One of the two of you might have been able to figure out a way to reach the surface. Maybe not talk to them, but deliver a message. At this point, you don't think it's possible, or if it is, you can't wrap your mind around it right now. This is really old technology. What you can tell from looking at it is when you're ready, just like it could have potentially sent a message to the surface, it will send you somewhere. And where it sends it, there will be no return. There's no back and forth. This skip link is unidirectional.
Is there a save block?
Yeah, there's one save block here. Everybody make a wits alert as well.
Can we head back outside to the bear cave to level up a few more times before we go through this?
You guys are 23 XP from level 11. It's horrible. No getting back. Is that an alert, Vic? I can't believe some of these rolls in general this session so far. You turn your attention away from the switchboard to these empty husks of Daybreak robots along the wall. Most of them just look like the Daybreak you see on TV, the green forms. When power was rerouted to this room, they have started to hum. They're on, but there's no like lights or anything on them. They might be worth investigating here if you want to tamper with the Daybreak empty robots in this area. Maybe see how they work, or see if they're.
Can we remove their limbs?
Yeah. You want to use your repair kit and remove all of their limbs. You can do that for free. That's not going to take a roll. But if you want
just
to make
add the limbs to yourself. Be multi-armed.
become like a Indian god.
Well, if I can add 2 pairs of arms, I will to my chassis. But if I can't, I'd just like them to not have arms or legs so that they can't revolt against us.
Disassembling them is easy enough. If you want to disassemble them in a way, at least easy enough with your repair skill. If you want to disassemble them in a way you could reassemble them later, you can make a science repair. If you want to turn them on to see what they'll do after they've been disassembled, you'll need the same science repair.
Okay, so I do want to have the chance to let them have their arms and legs back.
Okay.
That should be easy enough.
20, yeah, pretty simple. You remove them cleanly. You set them all in different places on the floor. They won't be able to locomote in general. They're stuck here. You also find a way internally to power them up and connect to them with Carson if you want to. This requires Carson interfacing, but it'll let you into the system.
Sure, I'll jack in.
You jack into one of these empty bots. The empty bot's interior, in its code, is an empty space. It is a vast void that is immediately filled with Carson's personality. Entering into this space just makes it more Carson hard drive for a moment. And Carson realizes that this is just a blank. This was going to be loaded with Daybreak info. This was going to be encoded with some more Daybreak. But for whatever reason, the virus and the program connected to it were not loaded into these yet.
Can I try and plant my own personality into here?
Oh, you want more Carsons?
Make a presence repair check. Presence repair is the one we didn't see coming. You copy Carson onto this bot. There's some feeling of a brief loss of integrity of the core program for Carson while the copy is being made, but when it's over, when the copy is complete, you have a second copy of his intellect in this Daybreak chassis. The Daybreak chassis powers up and announces that he is Carson. Carson, there is another of you in this new body. Does it have anything to say?
I just flew into the studio and boy are my arms tired.
And this armless bot kind of gesticulates the top of its body to reveal that it has lost its arms. It's a good joke. I believe Gaspard is probably the most impressed by it.
Is there only one? There's a couple of bots, right? Like I could just make a few Carsons here.
Looking around the room, you see another 11 here. There were 12 in total.
Carson's 12.
Yeah, let's make a dirty dozen of clones.
Okay. You go to make additional clones. Make another presence repair check. Okay.
This is fun.
It's 2 more clones made, but with each one, Carson imperceptibly feels the integrity of his core program start to weaken and shift. And after making a 3rd clone, you gain 1 wound automatically. Something is wrong with Carson's program that will require a full reboot at a different time. You could keep this process going if you think it's worth potential damage to Carson and, by extension, Castro's bodysuit. Or you could stop here with 3 clones.
Let's roll on up to 6 clones. Let's take our chances.
Make some more clones.
All right, half dirty doesn't.
All right, you gain a 3rd wound, and you indeed get exactly 6 clones after this process is done.
Could be a doo-wop group.
And then, for those that are now acolytes of Carson, I will give them their arms and legs back.
Okay. Then reinstalling.
Well, I'll give one of them its arms and legs back, and then it can give the arms and legs back to the acolytes.
They go one at a time.
They slightly different. Does one have extra hair? Does another one have a different accent, etc.?
Yeah. That's a good question.
So there's now, we're all game show Carsons, but there's a French game show host. There's one that kisses and hugs people too much. There's pathetic right winger game show host Carson.
Let me unsnap these. So here are your Carsons.
Oh, that one you're referring to, that's Richard Dawson. It's the Family Feud Carson.
Yeah.
This activity takes another 10 minutes. Let me down the timer.
But it's worth it, man.
By the end, CNC see the integrity of their program kind of weakening, but now split over quite a number of these extra Carsons. Gaspard says, "This is ridiculous. Do you really intend to bring that army of Carsons with us?"
At the exact same time, all 7 of us will go, "I agree, this is ridiculous."
What does Judas make of his new expanded crew?
More arms to carry stuff out of here. I mean, at this point, I'm CNC is gonna do CNC.
Yeah.
Castro is going to try and give a sergeant-like speech to these Carsons.
Gonna get them into the mood there. Make a presence. Make a presence boss check.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's good. They're all pumped up to go. Here's a question: do you want to head to the skip link with all of them? Leave some behind, set them to different tasks. They're all Carson. So if you have them do different things, you'll be essentially in multiple places with your personality.
I don't think we have any business left to accomplish here. Although, if we did, do I have an inkling that once the one-way link has been activated, we might be able to determine where it's gone?
Probably so. And in fact, you might be able to do some stuff here, analyzing it, to get that accomplished.
Well, especially now that I have 7 Carsons to work on the issue.
Yeah. To analyze this, to try to determine where it's sending you, get some kind of coordinate, make a science astro.
Do I get 7 times advantage?
You do get advantage, not 7 times as much. They are, after all, thinking generally like Carson, and it is Castro that does some of the work in this. But it does, in fact, require at least their ability to act quickly to, like, look at different things. Castro is overwhelmed with all of these different, like, voices chiming in while he's looking over the console here. You get a decently accurate idea as to where it will send you. If there were some kind of way you could get this information back to your friends, back to the Cosmic Keela, they would have a much greater chance of tracking you down at the edge of space.
That's where I'm going to send Carson 177.
So you're hoping that he can make it to the surface. Now, there was a bridge that got cut off behind you. There were some other complications that might be necessary to resolve to get him to the top. Do you think he can do it alone? Do you have an idea as to steps you might want to take to make his trip to the surface easier? I believe you collapsed yourselves in, last I checked.
Did we reason that, like, all of the junk that I have that I normally stored on the ship was now being stored in Judas's super storage?
Yes.
Oh.
Because if so, I would give this Carson, like, the swanky disguise, the smuggler carbine, and the katana to make his way out.
Okay. You give Carson 177 your, I guess, a pimp suit, this gun, and this katana. Let me put these on you. Just in case those come in handy.
And then the other Carsons and I are going to do some kind of, like, what's the name of that evil team that works with Frieza? Like the Ginyu Force or whatever?
Yeah.
The Ginyu Force.
We're gonna do a Ginyu Force style dance to demonstrate that we are now the 5 points of Castro.
All right.
You'd have to have, like, a bulkier Castro, a tiny Castro, and a really fast Castro.
Fastro. Blastro.
Disastro.
All right. Well, you do have a small legion here of extra Carsons to bring. My question to you guys is, are you ready to proceed? Any final things to take care of here?
I mean, now that CNC's kind of got an army, I almost feel like this is just a family thing. I think the 3 of us can just stay back and let them deal with it.
Well, we can't stay here, though. That's the only problem with that.
Yeah, that's true. No, I don't think there's anything else. While this was all going on, I'll look around to see if there's anything of use in here that we could take.
Yeah, some extra time passed, so you can make another wits probe while that was going on.
Hey, that's actually a good wits for me.
Yeah.
So, there are 12 rifles here. They're not the greatest. They're like laser carbines, just simple weapons, but there was enough for each of the robots to hold one.
Okay, give those to them.
Yeah. All 5 of the Carsons that are here have a carbine. The rest are $200 in salvage. a drop in the vast ocean of Judas's wealth, but
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
200 more salvage for you from the others you don't need. If
All
you
right.
need.
Well, where is the button? Cargo. That's the button I'm looking for. Once I give myself ownership. There we go.
Oh, I didn't give you the Keela.
It's fine. I got it.
Well, you deserve the Keela. It's your baby.
All right.
Wait, there is one thing I want to do. Since I think my chain burner is going to be useless, I'm going to replace it with my copperhead gun, I guess. Let's do that.
You unmount the chain burner. To do all of this, you need to summon Gawain first, and that's not a half bad idea to do anyway. If
Yeah.
you're going to be walking into a threat. So decide what traits you want on Gawain, and then make the old swap. I'm going to whiz while you're
Okay.
resolving on that.